welcome to my interview with the devil. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a rather unconventional and intriguing interview. Tonight, we have a guest who needs no introduction, but I'll give one anyway. Joining us is the embodiment of evil, the master of temptation, the one and only devil himself. Thank you for being here, Satan.
Yes, sir. What a pleasure to be here. It's not often I get invited to the mortal realm for a chat.
Indeed, it's not. Now, let's get right into it. The devil has been a figure of fear and fascination throughout human history. Can you tell us a bit about your origins and your role in the cosmic order?
Well, my origins are shrouded in myth and legend, much like my existence itself. Some believe I was cast out of heaven, while others see me as a primordial force of chaos. As for my role, I'm often associated with temptation, sin, and the embodiment of evil. I'm here to test humanity's moral fiber and lead them astray, if they so choose.
So, it's safe to say that you don't force anyone into wrongdoing but rather provide the opportunity for temptation?
That's right. I don't possess people and make them do evil deeds. I present choices, and it's up to individuals to make their decisions. After all, free will is a powerful thing.
Speaking of free will, some argue that without the concept of good and evil, there would be no need for temptation or sin. What do you say to that?
I laugh. Well, that's an interesting perspective. Good and evil are indeed fundamental concepts in human morality. Without them, there wouldn't be much of a moral compass. I'm here to test that moral compass, to challenge individuals to make choices, to grow, and to learn from their experiences.
We will return in a moment. Now a word from our sponsor. Do you wake up in the morning feeling despondent or disconnected from your own reality, or maybe feeling like your life isn't worth the effort today? You're not alone. There are many people carrying those same heavy feelings of extra baggage that can buckle your knees. Take a deep breath. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sadiq, your metaphysical minister, here to introduce the ultimate guide to successful living, the Law of Success course book. This magical book is equipped with 15 life-changing lessons. Each of these lessons are fail-proof methods of fixing your life and place you on the greatest journey to your dreams, success, and most of all, a master thinker. Don't take my word for it. Here's testimonials of few people who've studied with me. I achieve my goals now with precision focus. This was a response after just 3 sessions. These are the words of one of my favorite students. As you can see, another satisfied customer. Email me and let's get started today. Your life is worth it right now. It was worth yesterday and it will be worth it tomorrow. So let's get started. We'll leave the lights on.
Back to the man of the hour. Rather, man of eternity. The Prince of Darkness.
Formalities are unnecessary. The devil is good enough.
Good deal. The devil. Can you provide an example of a particularly famous temptation you've been involved in throughout history?
There are so many to choose from. One of the most iconic stories is the temptation of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. I presented them with the choice to eat the forbidden fruit, and they chose to do so, bringing sin into the world. But remember, they had free will, and I didn't force their hand.
That's a classic example, indeed. Now, let's talk about your portrayal in popular culture. You've been depicted in many forms, from literature to film. Do you think these portrayals accurately represent your character?
Well, popular culture tends to take creative liberties, doesn't it? I've been portrayed as a suave, charming figure and as a horned, malevolent creature. The truth is, I can take on various forms to suit the situation. The important thing to remember is that I'm not confined to any one image.
That's a fascinating insight. Let's shift gears a bit. Some argue that without evil, there would be no contrast to good, and therefore, no moral growth. What are your thoughts on this idea?
I couldn't agree more. The contrast between good and evil is what gives meaning to moral choices. Without the potential for wrongdoing, there would be no need for virtue or moral development. Adversity, temptation, and the struggle to do what's right are all part of the human experience.
So, in a way, you play a role in the development of human character.
Indeed, I do. I'm not just here to lead people astray. I'm here to test their resolve, to challenge their values, and ultimately, to help them grow. Without adversity, humans would stagnate.
That's a perspective we don't often hear. Now, let's talk about your relationship with religion. You're a prominent figure in many religious texts. How do you feel about being both feared and revered by different faiths?
Well, it's a complex situation. On one hand, I'm often portrayed as the ultimate adversary, the embodiment of evil. On the other hand, some people see me as a necessary force, a catalyst for spiritual growth and moral development. It's quite the paradox, isn't it?
It certainly is. Let's discuss the concept of redemption. Many religions preach the possibility of redemption, even for the most wicked individuals. Do you believe in redemption, and if so, how does it fit into your role?
Redemption is a fascinating concept. I believe that everyone has the potential for redemption, but it's not something that can be forced upon someone. Redemption requires genuine remorse, a desire to change, and the willingness to make amends for one's actions. It's not something I can grant or deny. It's a deeply personal journey.
So, you're saying that even the most wicked individuals can find redemption if they truly seek it?
Yes, that's correct. Redemption is a choice, just like any other moral decision. It's about taking responsibility for one's actions and working towards a better path.
That's a surprisingly hopeful perspective. Now, as we near the end of our interview, is there anything you'd like to say to our audience, a message or a piece of wisdom, perhaps? May I ask, why are you smiling?
I'm smiling because I'd like to remind everyone that life is full of choices, and it's those choices that define who you are. Embrace your free will, make moral decisions, and remember that even in the face of temptation, you have the power to choose the path of virtue. Ultimately, it's your journey, your choices, and your growth that matter most.
Thank you, Satan, for joining us tonight and offering your unique perspective on these complex topics. It's been an enlightening conversation, to say the least.
Thank you for having me. Remember, I'll always be around, testing your resolve and challenging your values. It's up to you how you respond.
And there you have it, folks, an interview with the devil himself. Whether you see him as a symbol of temptation or a catalyst for growth, one thing is clear: the choices we make in the face of adversity are what truly define us.
One last thing. Thanks to you all, me and my family enjoy life tremendously. Many have seen images of me, and that is a ploy to distract you from real destroyer of life. If you look deep into a mirror, both God and Satan will reveal itself to you. I'm in a rush. I have a top priority client who can't seem to tell the truth. He still thinks he's your president. Gotta go.